Let's talk about Baddies, a show that is marketed as entertainment, but in reality, it is one of the most damaging pieces of media out there for both women and young girls. On the surface, it's drama, it's fights, and flashy moments, but underneath it all, it's really toxic. I have not seen enough conversations about this show, about this media company. It promotes violence, disrespect, and it seems to me like the only appeal of this is that the idea of women, they always have to be half naked and throwing hands. And at one point it was entertaining for me, but then it just got real demonic, so to speak. Let's start with the obvious. How the show portrays these women. On Baddies, these women are constantly being reduced to two things: how little clothing they can wear and how loudly they can fight.
Right here, bitch. What's up? Let's go. Come on, slide. Slide. Come on, slide. Let me slide. Let me teach you, baby. Let me teach you. Let me teach you. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, let me teach you. Come on. Right here, bitch. What's up? Let's go.
Good enough because you couldn't even keep your baby father. What you talking about? You don't stop your good enough dick.
I slashed you once though. Where your frontal at?
I hate when people lie. Do not lie. Rolling. Cause yes, the fuck you did.
Good enough because you couldn't even keep your baby father. What you talking about? You don't stop your good enough dick.
Instead of showing intelligence, ambition, or even relationships, like real relationships, the focus is on women just being wild and violent and obnoxious. And when does it come to an end? Think about the message that this sends. If you're not half-dressed, screaming, or throwing hands constantly, you're boring, you're too quiet, you don't deserve to be on the show, you're not interesting. That's not empowerment. That's exploitation.
Baddies is so ghetto, bro. Like, I don't know how that show is even aired or allowed to be aired, but I just watched, like, I watched everything against my will, but I was just scrolling and I seen, like, this group of girls beating on a girl because they wanted their phone. I was like, y'all literally have nothing to do. Like, y'all have nothing to do. Like, that shit was so ghetto and just embarrassing. I was like, bro, like, I don't know how that's aired. Natalie Nunn looks a fucking mess. Like, and it's worse than Bad Girls Club. Like, I feel like when I watched Bad Girls Club, it was a bit more tolerable, but there was even some that I couldn't watch because I'm just like, okay, so violent. But, like, Baddies is so ghetto. Like, that's something that should be done in private or, like, on YouTube, you know? But, like, and I know Zeus isn't, like, super poppin', but it's, like, it's really ghetto. Like, that's, I don't know.
Y'all cannot sit here and convince me that Baddies last night was not embarrassing as fuck to our people. Like, this looks so bad. These bitches really showed up in Africa and they're fighting in front of children and giving us a bad look. This is embarrassing. Y'all need to wake the fuck up. I love my guilty pleasure is watching Baddies, just like anybody else. It's like, ooh, child, the ghetto. The ghetto. It could never be me, right? But, like, entertaining it is just as bad. This is fucked up. Like, these bitches are really outside with no shirts on, titties hanging out, booties hanging out, fighting each other. Black women in Africa, the motherland. This is embarrassing. Somebody has to stop this shit. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
It just makes us look at women and honestly feel like these women on this show are just creatures. They're loud and aggressive, and that's all they would ever live up to. And it tells young girls watching this that what femininity looks like in 2025. And that's not just disrespectful, it's dangerous. One of the biggest issues with Baddies is how it normalizes violence, like black eyes, scratches on faces, wigs ripped off. These things are treated like badges of honor on the show. Fighting isn't just happening, it's encouraged, like it's promoted as entertainment. But here's the problem. When you glorify women fighting each other constantly, you desensitize viewers to real harm. Like, you make it seem like constant conflict and physical violence are normal parts of female friendships, and that is absolutely not it. I also feel like young girls watching this, they start to internalize fighting equals power, aggression, and equals respect in some way, because it's the complete opposite, but this is what is glorified on TV now. In reality, that is a recipe for broken relationships, broken friendships, toxic behavior, and a generation that thinks hurting each other is acceptable.
I'm not even trying to be fake deep when I say this, but Baddies is such a low vibrational show. I don't care. I've never watched a show that just immediately darkened my energy and my mood. All all I'm thinking as I'm watching this show is these bitches must have had a hard ass life. They grew up broke as shit and they had nobody around them to take care of them. So they give away their soul to come on this show that serves no purpose. Like literally the entire plot of the entire show is bitches drinking, fighting, and twerking. Nothing else. Trust me, I've seen it. And it's like their commitment to do anything it takes in order to stay on the show and get that weak ass, small ass little chain is like, it just gives dark. I be thinking that shit is funny, but I really be seeing demons when I watch this show. Like, no bullshit. And I'm not saying the women are demonic, but when I see Ivory throw pee on a bitch, or Tommy Lee just acting like Tommy Lee, I'm like, Rashawn's ass. Those women need therapy, a hug, and God.
Then there's the way that this show pushes sexuality. Y'all, there was an episode, I don't know if I'll be able to show it or even find it on YouTube. There was an episode where Rolly was wearing a skirt, like a puffer skirt. I forgot what's the name of it, but a little bubble skirt that barely, it wasn't covering anything. It was showing everything, all the cheeks, everything. Like, I don't even think she had on underwear. Yeah, these women, not only can they not dress, they really, some people don't have style, but the way they're in their confessionals, just with titties all out, just everything, like you can see everything. Like, what happened to the mystery? Like, really nobody knows how to dress anymore. They really dressed in like toothpicks and strings. Like, this whole facade is sold as confidence. But let's be real, this isn't about women empowerment, because the moment that they say, oh, I dress for myself because I'm so confident and this is what it really is, no, that is shock value. There's nothing wrong with women choosing how to dress. There's always a time and a place for everything, and I feel like now the issue is when media platforms only highlight when they're sexualized, because let's be real, sex sells. It creates the idea that a woman's main source of value is her body, not her voice, not her talent, not her mind. It's her body and how she dresses. For young girls, this is toxic. They start believing that the only way to be seen or to be relevant is to not wear any clothes or anything at all, and it just puts on a performance for the male gaze. That is not feminism. That's a trap, because Baddies isn't just a show. It's a culture. It is shaping what people think is normal. I have no idea in how far they could possibly go with more seasons and traveling more countries and states. I really don't see how they've become such a huge thing. I think just because people really love drama, like Americans really love drama. I don't think that this show, this platform, or the media company in general could flourish if they were somewhere in Europe. Because let's be honest, we don't see too many European TV shows being based on fighting and drama. Like, correct me in the comments, but we just do not see reality TV shows plummeting the world and, you know, the system like that. We don't see that. It is all based in America. It is all within our own country, because we are the laughingstock of the world. Like, we just have so much money and time. With the Bad Girls Club, I was watching at the age of 8. And that was entertainment, okay? Because at least they went on trips. They got to know each other. They grew closer. They even like had some life coaches and like therapists come into the house and like speak to them and stuff. And they were able to do activities and play games and get to know one another without fighting every 5 seconds. On Baddies, they're not even eating food. Like, we don't even see too many clips of them eating or shopping without fighting. They can't even go and get ice cream without fighting. I just think that is so funny and so disgusting at the same time.
There's something so sinister about Zeus Network, and I do not feel like making an entire YouTube video, so I'm just gonna get this off my chest. I feel like Zeus Network is demonic, and I'm not gonna use any other word for it. It's demonic. I have a Zeus membership. I signed up for Zeus. I'm not watching this season of Baddies. I already know what the fuck is going on. How many times can I watch grown-ass women get drunk off Casamigos and fight each other? Seriously. Why are we collectively not tired of this? Why are we not tired of this? After a certain point, like, how is it really entertaining? It's sad. Literally, at a certain point, it's sad. And I'm going to tell you why. These women, they need to eat. They need to pay bills. They have a lifestyle that they want to maintain. Is it that serious to get beat the fuck up for it, though? Is it that serious to put yourself in a fucking ring like a pit bull and fight like a dog for the bag? Is it that serious? I don't fucking think so. These bitches are washed up. Nobody aspires to be them. Like, there's nobody that's waking up and thinking to themselves, I want to fucking be Natalie Nunn.
When society normalizes trashy content like this, it lowers the standards for everyone. Instead of promoting education, ambition, or real empowerment, we are pushing chaos, disrespect, drama, and instead of showing women as leaders, entrepreneurs, or creators, we are selling them as entertainment props who exist to fight and to look good on camera. That is it. This isn't just a bad TV show, but it's part of a bigger downfall in how we see women, specifically Black women. And the scary part is that this platform keeps pushing it because it sells, and it sells a lot. Violence sells, sex sells, disrespect sells, but the cost is a generation of women who think that this is all they can be. And I think it is truly sad and astronomical of how when you see people go out and audition for Baddies, they are crying, like boo-hoo-hoo crying for wanting to get a Baddies chain. Like, that is just beyond me. You are crying over a piece of jewelry because you think that's going to validate you and say that you're the baddest of the season. For how long? For 6 months? For a year? I think it's just so sad that they have no other vision of themselves and what they can do with their lives, because all they look at is drama, and that's all they've ever wanted their life to be attainable for. So here's the bottom line. Baddies is not just trash TV. It is a show that actively harms women's images, damages young girls' self-worth, and promotes violence and disrespect as entertainment. We should be questioning why content like this is not only produced, but celebrated. Because when we normalize fighting, black eyes, half-naked chaos, and constant disrespect, we're telling society that women don't deserve better. But they do. Women deserve to be represented as intelligent, creative, complex human beings, not just bodies and bras. If you're tired of media like Baddies, speak up, share this video, leave a comment down below because I would really like your opinions. Just want to start more of a conversation so that more women out there are aware that, okay, we're looking at this as entertainment, but it's really not entertainment. It's exploitation. And most importantly, let's just start supporting content that actually uplifts women instead of tearing them down, because the real baddie is a woman who knows her worth without having to destroy herself or anyone else for views. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you in my next video.
I've lost my words, I've lost my feet.